Hey there, gang. We are back in post-rotation standard with a whole new set and a whole new format. And remember that the reinvention of our daily lives means marching off the edge of our maps. Let's play some head games. Friends, opponents, people looking to go boldly where no one has before, welcome to Head Games Arena. My name is Jetterx, and today we are taking our first look at Edge of Eternity standard post-rotation with a new take on an old deck, and by that, of course, I mean we are playing technically Jeskai, but really just blue-white, a Simulacrum Synthesizer with a bunch of new fantastic artifacts from the new set. So let's take a look at the new cards. As most of this deck, you can go back and look at the last time I played it, and you won't see very many changes. So the first one we're looking at today is Cryogen Relic. 1 and a blue for an artifact that when it enters or leaves, it draws you a card. It's got a secondary ability for 1 and a blue to sacrifice it, put a stun counter on up to 1 target tapped creature. That tapped bit's going to be important because I'm going to mess it up at least once today. So the reason this card is so good is that it smooths out draws, and it also has that leaves ability to draw you an additional card. So this really is exactly what the deck needs to always be able to keep its hand full and to always be looking for answers. The second new card is Pinnacle Starcage. This is 1 and 2 white for an artifact. When it enters, exile all artifacts and creatures with mana value 2 or less until this artifact leaves the battlefield. It's also got a secondary effect, which I'm not going to read because it's a lot of words and it's probably very seldom going to be relevant. The reason this is so important is that it stops this deck from getting run over by lower to the ground, more aggressive builds, and it's an artifact, which means our old friend Repurposing Bay can tutor for it. So, Repurposing Bay taps 2, sacrifices an artifact, digs through your library for something that costs 1 mana more. Cryogen Relic costs 2. You sacrifice it with Repurposing Bay, you draw a card, and you search for one of these fantastic 3-drop artifacts. Obviously, the deck is built around Simulacrum Synthesizer, trying to make construct tokens with power and toughness equal to the artifacts that you control. You're digging these out, you're making construct tokens, you're trying to smash your opponent's face with those giant tokens. And then the last new card that we've got is Uthros Titanic Godcore. This, when you station it with 12 power, becomes the Tolarian Academy. We're not going to see that be successful on camera today, but I'm on board with this card. I think 1 copy of this in the deck is definitely valuable, and when you are able to station it, you're just unstoppable at that point in terms of mana advantage. The last flavorful addition, which you probably spied by this point, is 1 copy of Fire Crystal. So this artifact from Final Fantasy, which we didn't play this deck during that season, this is a red artifact, but it gives all of your creatures haste is the most important part. There's lots of other text there, but again, creatures you control have haste is the most important part. Remember that Repurposing Bay can sacrifice a 3-mana artifact and dig this out of your library, and if you've got some Simulacrum Synthesizers in play, it triggers them and all of those creatures get haste. So it creates a combo-like finish for this deck, which allows it to kind of get sneaky wins out of nowhere. The deck is enormously strong and very well suited in the current standard where everybody's still trying to figure out what's good, you know, what they want to play on the ladder. This deck is very well situated right now. So, before we head over into the gameplay, I'd like to remind everybody, please like, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Let me know what cards you're excited about in Edge of Eternities, what decks you would like to see us play. With that, thanks always for watching. Let's play some head games. Yukitaka, our old friend. We are back in a brand new standard format with robots in space to see how good this artifact deck is with the new cards from Edge of Eternity. So this looks like an old school hand here, no question. We're fine with the way that this looks for sure. What's nice is Starting Town doesn't give any information away at all. But our robot sleeve and robot friend and robot avatar might give us away a little bit. Okay, we'll play a Verge, so we don't have to hurt ourselves with the white mana. We're doing fine here. Glimpse the car. Our opponent's on ramp. Let's see if they have additional colors. Looks like just green, so probably a mono green Ugin list. We will take that. Fomori Vault Synthesizer. Get our scry on. So we want to I think we want to draw the Pinnacle Starcage and keep the Relic in there for one of the hits on Battlefront. That's how we're going to do this. I think the Starcage is probably bad against this deck. I think they're very unlikely. Another ramp spell, Glimpse the Core, gets them another forest. I feel like they are very unlikely to play anything that costs 2 or less. Okay, United Battlefront gets us Braided Net, and I think that Relic is the correct play here. Our opponent does not have Ugin this turn, so we have a little bit of time to probably make their life hard. We need yet another land. Not great. Very not great. Alright, so we're going to play Repurposing Bay. Get another guy. And attack for 6. I'm going to guess they have a removal spell here. No? Okay, our opponent is definitely on that ramp plan to do very little. What do we got on the end step? They're doing something. They're outrageously robbing us, and I don't think I could possibly care less. What's our opponent doing? You have 6, possibly 7 mana to play with. What do you got? And is it a board wipe? Playing our own Perilous Snare. Targeting Synthesizer, sure. Playing our starting town. Exiles a creature they control and their graveyard. Okay. If I draw an untapped land, I think I can win. That is not an untapped land. Okay. Okay, let's think it through a little bit. Do I need to take out our own Perilous Snare this turn? Wow, an untapped land would have been very, very good here. Can I... Okay, here's the play. We're going to sacrifice Cryogen Relic. That's going to draw us a card. Not an untapped land. That's going to get us another Synthesizer. We want the untapped land on top. Not sure another Relic matters, but we're going to leave it there. We will play our land for turn. Get in for 4. And we're going to say go. Still not looking great for our opponent. It is 7-18 right now. Cool. Sure.
Preparation yields success. I will not allow my progeny to continue their rampage.
That's okay.
The wise heed my advice.
Oh, that's fine. Absolutely fine. Goodbye. Okay. Okay. I think I can do it. Perilous Snare, their Perilous Snare. Synthesizer. Doesn't matter. Sacrifice Braided Net. Get the Fire Crystal. That's it. Fire Crystal! Yeah! Robots! Thanks for the grub with their hobbit avatars. That's the best. We've had one breakfast, yes. Okay. Tapland, Shockland. Think we're probably okay with this hand. Don't love that we've got so many Taplands, but I think that we can make stuff happen. This is a great hand. So the question is, what Tapland do we play first? And I think the answer is this one. We'll keep Braided Net on top. White-green for our opponent. We're going to shock in this Sacred Foundry and play Clayfire Bricks. Gain that shock life back and get a Plains out of our deck. So green-white, not sure what that could mean at this point. It might be rabbits. Now we're seeing more than... we're seeing Bant colors and a Lava Spur boots. We're okay with that. I don't think that that actually matters, because we now have a starting town and a Braided Net. Now, that being said, Lava Spur boots does give whatever creature they give it to Ward 1. Transit Mage lets you search for an artifact with mana value 4 or 5. So we get to see what they're doing. Very interesting. Aether Spark, huh? Okay. We're going to hold the tapping because we don't really need it right now. Okay. So I think we hold the Perilous Snare. I think we probably just Cryogen Relic here. Wow, the other Sacred Foundry is a very interesting draw. Let's get Uthros down. We're okay, I think. They're playing some kind of equipment deck, and I'm not sure what that means. So here's Aether Spark. They're going to move to equip, but I can tap their friend down. Let's tap this down. Fire Crystal. At least we have the red mana to cast it, so... I think we Perilous Snare the Aether Spark. Mostly because that seems to be what their game plan is. Now the question is... I don't have a blue mana to put up, so I think that I get the starting town out. Here's another Transit Mage. Gets the Bright Glass Gear Hulk. Very interesting. Alright. So... I'm gonna take 3 no matter what. I think I'm gonna tap down this. Because I'm gonna take 3 no matter what. Okay. Now we're doing something. 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, I'm just going to double check to make sure that I am not auto-ordering my triggers. I turned it off a little while ago, so I just wanted to double check. So let's play Simulacrum Synthesizer and Scry 2. We definitely want that repurposing bay. We will leave that on top. Oh, we'll leave them both on top because I don't dislike them at all. So I actually think we might hold the Pinnacle Starcage now. Because the Bright Glass Gear Hulk is going to look for more things to do. Very interesting that they're playing Transit Mage. I mean, I guess... okay, yep, we're going to tap one of the Transit Mages and take 3 more damage. We're okay with this. Did I use up all of my things? Okay. What are you doing? Okay, this is a blank card. Okay. Guy comes back. Sure. Our opponent's a little under on lands at this point. Unstable Glyph Bridge. Choose a creature with power 2 or less. Destroy all creatures except that one. So I can pop the Relic here and tap down the Transit Mage. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's got to be tapped. Okay, okay. That is not as good as I thought it was. Okay. So... I'm going to slow down a lot in this video because this deck is actually perfectly capable of winning out of nowhere, and I want to make sure that I'm not missing the line. So if I play Repurposing Bay, that makes a guy. I have enough to play Fire Crystal and Repurposing Bay, so that gets me 2. I think that's probably not right. I think we play Repurposing Bay. We make a construct. We sacrifice a Cryogen Relic to draw a card, which we already know what we're drawing. And we're actually going to get another Synthesizer. We will leave the battlefront on top, play the second Sacred Foundry tapped, and pass the turn. Okay. We're way ahead on lands at this point, way ahead on board. Our opponent does have the Unstable Glyph Bridge, so at this point, if they want to sacrifice it to... Yeah, we'll take the blocks, because you're just going to try to wipe the board, it looks like. Wiping the board does not save them. We still win next turn. Okay. That's a good game, friend. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we use Repurposing Bay to get our third Synthesizer, and then we slam Fire Crystal for the win. Didn't even want to wait for the Fire Crystal. Hiratse. I think the Wandering Emperor is a pretty fascinating character. Okay. Tap land. Not great. We can do something on turn 2, though. So we have removal on 2 or card draw on 2. This is fine. Our opponent mulligans to 6. I like these old sleeves. We'll start with Reckless Anchorage because it gets us 2 colors. We've seen our one of Uthros several times now. Patchwork Beastie. So Patchwork Beastie probably... We're going to go get Starting Town down while we can. Patchwork Beastie is probably not hitting us next turn, so I think we can get away with the Relic here. Clay-Fired Bricks is fine. Town Greeter mills stuff. Could they possibly... mill enough to make the Patchwork Beastie attack? They did not. Okay, we draw the Fire Crystal, which we really never want. I think the move here is we get Uthros down. I'm actually not particularly worried about taking the damage from these 2 creatures, so I think we Clay-Fire Bricks out another Plains. And now we have good mana next turn. They are up to 3. It looks like Beastie's gonna get us. We're probably okay with that. What is this card? Resurrected Cultist. Iridescent Vine Lasher. Okay, so we need... So I'm now suspicious that they're going to play like a mass land Reanimator spell at some point. So Vine Lasher is something of a problem, but I really think we still probably get Simulacrum Synthesizer down because it smooths out our next several draws, and it does allow us to do other stuff next turn. So let's get our land down, play Synthesizer. We're going to take a fair amount of damage, but we're at 21 right now. So there's another Synthesizer and an untapped land. Unfortunately, neither of those are actually what we want right now. I mean, getting some big boys out is valuable, but okay, Patchwork Beastie still not hitting us. We're in trouble. Okay, 2 damage from the Vine Lashers. New card, Brood Tender, mills 3 cards, and then you can reanimate something for 5. Town Greeter mills even more. Okay. We really needed a Starcage there. We're in trouble. We're in a lot of trouble. Okay. We have to clear up their board at least a little bit. I don't think we're dead, but we're not looking good either. So let's Perilous Snare the Brood Tender, because we don't want them to reanimate anything next turn. And then we're going to Saw Blade the Patchwork Beastie. More damage from a land drop. Reanimate the thing from the graveyard. Do they want to get in the attacks? And they don't. Okay. I'm not feeling great here because we are only at 11 life. Our only play here is to get another Synthesizer down. I don't think I want either of those cards. We are going to play another Relic. Also not really what we were looking for. We'll pass the turn. This is a 3-mana creature. Okay. Starcage really does some pretty amazing work for us at this point, so we could draw a... we could draw the pod that searches for what we need. Ooh, Massacre Worm is very cool. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we definitely block here, and I'm fairly certain we block here. I will take 3. It's not a great choice on their part. I don't think they realize how vulnerable they are. Because if I draw into the right 2 cards, I can just win here. Let's go for it. Battlefront gets us 2 Braided Nets for the win. Oh no! Ando Manderson. Are you a Mandalorian? That's protected property. Oh, we're on the play again. The magic gods are with us today. Okay. RN Jesus is on our side. Take the wheel, as they say. This is fine. Really good, actually. We'll start with the Surveil land. We will leave a 4th land on top. Although, now that I did that, I'm a little sus on it. Okay, the life gain deck. I think we can tangle with the life gain deck. Starting town is our second play. We'll get Clayfire Bricks down and draw another Plains. This just allows us to get to Battlefront on time. Okay, definitely life gain. Even more life gain. Gets in for 1. Okay, we will play the Plains that they know about. We'll play a Ghost Vacuum. And a Saw Blades to take out the Sanctifier. And we'll say go. Our opponent hits their land drop and plays the new Soul Sister at 3. Sheltered by Ghost. Not a good choice, friend. What are you going to hit? Ghost Vacuum? Okay. We'll take that out. They're in trouble if we draw a Pinnacle. Okay, let's play the farm and just ruin their day. I'm okay with where we're at. They got no plays. Okay, let's get the ghosts out of there. Let's Battlefront before we play a land, because we might... No, this is fine. Simulacrum repurposing bay. That's enough! Old Zurin the Ambitious. You know what happens to ambitious people. They get stuff done. Okay, I've got a curve. I'm okay with this. I gotta say, I feel like it's the mark of a really solid deck when you constantly get good opening hands, where you're like, this is fine. I'm okay with that. Are you a graveyard deck, and are you sad to see Ghost Vacuum? White-red. They do not appear to be a graveyard deck, because they did not auto-scoop to Ghost Vacuum. We'll play a Relic and draw a card. Feeling good. Now they know what we're doing. I mean, Relic is a pretty... This is one of the hot new cards from Edge of Eternities. Really, like, the big changes in this deck, as I probably already covered in the intro, are Pinnacle, Starcage, and Cryogen Relic. Because Cryogen Relic just smooths out the draws. Carrot Cake for our opponent. Okay, so mono white control, so we're gonna have to like combo win. Which is fine, we're capable of it. Just need to set everything up well. Excellent. Third land for us, we'll play our first Synthesizer. Scrying 2, looking for an untapped land. Because I have all the other parts in my hand right now. What we really want is an untapped land for United Battlefront to really go off. Seam Rip takes Ghost Vacuum. I'll draw a card when you take my Cryogen Relic. Really did not want to draw the Fire Crystal. That makes our combo win a little bit harder. 1 damage from our opponent. They've got Carrot Cake up. So, I can Starcage here. Take out their Seam Rip and their Carrot Cake and their token and my Ghost Vacuum. Or I could Braided Net make a token. Let's Braided Net make a token. I'd like to draw a card, but I'm okay with where we're at. You know, 4/4 is nothing to... It's no slouch. Okay. Okay. Voice of Victory is very interesting. What are you doing? Okay. Takes out my 4/4, gets in for 2. I mean, I guess I tap one of them down. It feels like a waste, but our opponent gets in for 1. We'll exile their carrot cake. Starting town comes in tapped. Okay, from here we're definitely casting Pinnacle. We want the exile effect to resolve first. It always tries to do it backwards. It doesn't get the seam rip. I was wrong about that. Okay. 5 mana for our opponent. Elspeth? My foot itched. You got it. Alright, Battlefront. Guess we're drawing a card and perilously snaring something. We're going to draw several cards. Play our land for turn and say go. So we do have the Fire Crystal mana here. We just don't have enough to make several synthesizer tokens at the same time. So there's Elspeth. Question is, what does she do? She makes tokens.
I will turn the tide.
You got it.
Battle. More heroes for the cause.
Tap one of those. Play our land for turn. Tap one of those. Do I Fire Crystal now? I wish I had 7 mana. It'd be enough to win. I'm so close to winning here.
Dark days lie ahead.
Okay, Cryogen Relic again. Okay. What do we got? I have the Fire Crystal and Synthesizer online, which means I'm okay if they kill Starcage. That takes out one of the tokens, right? Yep. You got it. Our opponent has run out of gas. Overlord makes 2 more tokens. Okay, so can I win? I think so. We Starcage. Cryogen Relic and Starcage is so good. And then another Braided Net. That's 18. Excellent. Look at that avatar, the blinding angel. It really is excellent. Okay, we're on the draw. Good mana. Good interaction. Probably don't get run over here. I'm good with it. We need to draw into a forward game plan, but this interacts with whatever our opponent's doing, probably. I think the hardest thing for us is probably dedicated control. You don't see a heck of a lot of that on the best of 1 ladder, though, so not really super worried about that. Yeah, we'll keep. Fabled Passage for our opponent, and they are going to activate it now. For a forest? For an Island, we will play a Restless Anchorage tapped. I do like the Relic, because really we have 4 lands, so I think that playing Relic on 2 rather than There's Hope. Very interesting. I wish I had a removal spell for Hope, but okay. We'll play Relic and draw a card. Ghost Vacuum isn't probably any good in this matchup, but that's okay. Very curious to see what else they do here. Okay, Esper colors, River Churn Monument. That's an artifact, right? Okay. That means Pinnacle gets both Hope and the Monument. 2, and we're gonna mill again? No? Okay. We'll play Flood Farm and Starcage. How does this work? Each mill 2 cards. Okay. Okay. We're at least slowing our opponent's game plan down. We don't know what it's going to look like. We are definitely slamming Battlefront here. If they have a counter for it, they have a counter for it. Yep. That's how we do. What else we got? Space-time anomaly doing its job. Okay, let's get Clayfire Bricks. Get our last planes out. Repurposing Bay. Wow, Space-Time Anomaly is good. If they hit me with another Space-Time Anomaly, I'm just dead. Wow. Turns out that card is quite good. Milling for 20 cards is no joke. In a 60-card format, you resolve 2 space-time anomalies and they're pretty much dead. Wow. So best draw here is our last Simulacrum Synthesizer. Otherwise, we're actually really in trouble. Why is our opponent taking so long? Yeah, River Churn Monument kills us. Space-Time Anomaly kills us. We've got one more Synthesizer in the deck. Okay. You made a 2-2 with your battle menu. We'll play our land for turn. We're gonna... This is our only game plan at this point. We have to synthesize into our last... Or we have to repurpose into our last Synthesizer. If they have an answer for Synthesizer, we don't need either of those. We're going to snare the 2-2. If we get out of here, it's entirely luck. They absolutely have us on the rope at this point. And this is a situation where really either they're going to kill us or we're going to kill them. River Churn Monument kills us. Space-Time Anomaly kills us. Let's get rid of that space-time anomaly. Okay. Sacrifice the snare for Fire Crystal. Braided Net. Attack. What's your last card? Oh, we got it! Yours truly, Kefka, Poisoner of Cities, Dancing Mad. Okay, we're on the play. Repurposing Bay is incredibly strong. We've got removal, card draw, enough to get our next other land. Let's do it. Start with a Restless Anchorage tapped. Let's see what our opponent is doing. Gorehound. Okay. We'll play Starting Town. I'm not sure if we draw a card or get the planes out of our deck. I'm not really sure what makes more sense here. Let's draw a card. Okay, third land. Or fourth land, rather. This is one of those games where we may actually need to get... okay, Gorehound, Blood Witch, Surveils. Excellent. Okay. Fomori... Wait, I need 2 white. I've got it. I don't need 2 white this turn, because I'm going to play Repurposing Bay. Yep, let's do it. Let's get the Bay down. Because the Bay turns a Relic into a Pinnacle Starcage next turn. So I can Clayfire Bricks and... Yep, there's a Gorehound. Lots of surveilling. So far their graveyard is not impressive. Okay, we'll play the Sacred Foundry and we'll pay 2 life. We'll play a Clayfire Bricks. Get a Plains out of our deck. Activate Repurposing Bay, sacrificing the Relic. The Relic is so good. Let's get our first Starcage. Four lands for our opponent. Voice of Victory. I'm really quite tempted to snare that. I think it's probably right. I don't want to let them get anything on board. They are tired of this crap. All right, friends and opponents, how did we do? You saw it, 7-0 on camera. The deck is explosive, it's consistent, it's powerful, it's going to be a contender for the immediate future, and you're going to see quite a lot of it, I imagine. Fire Crystal definitely showed its quality here. We didn't play this during Final Fantasy Standard, at least not on camera. This little bit of tech allows the deck to have these combo finishes out of nowhere where our opponents let their shields down and suddenly we dig out a Fire Crystal and now we've got 2 8/8s, 2 9/9s, 2 10/10s that just absolutely steal the game when they think that they're safe, and they really aren't. But as far as new Edge of Eternities cards, Cryogen Relic is an absolute all-star. If it just had the Enters ability, it would probably be good enough. The fact that it has both Enters and Leaves creates a kind of consistency that this deck really needed. Pinnacle Starcage is actually almost never a dead card. Yes, it takes out those aggro decks, which I really love to have something that does that in the best of one format, but it also can do a trick where you're picking up all of your own 2-drops and then maybe sacrificing this later to Repurposing Bay to get the Fire Crystal and then to get all of these other things back, to get your Clayfire Bricks back, to get your Spring-Loaded Saw Blades back, to get your Relic back. All of these things are very strong. So the deck is powerful. The new cards created a sense of consistency that really make it a contender and a great deck to rank up with on the ladder. That's all for this week. We're looking forward to some great Edge of Eternities content over the course of the next few weeks, including some limited content, some drafts for those who are interested in that format. It's something that I love to do, and we're looking forward to adding that to the channel. Please remember to like and subscribe, leave comments down below, tell all of your friends about Head Games and the content that we are making. Thanks again for watching, and remember, take care of your head.